Part 4 of this week.
Part
Part
4,
4, week 2.
Or was it week 2, part 4?
Oh. Either way.
Yes. So we're gonna try something. We're gonna add something.
Add something new. It may not be every week, but this
It may not
week,
be.
we're going to try it out. This week we're going to give you who we feel were the wrestler or the wrestlers of the week.
Yes.
That wrestlers of the week were the Usos, the brand new tag team champions. Strictly because, I mean, they won the tag belt on a huge Raw, being from Chicago, and everybody was supposed to, like, you know, hijack it. So we thought that was a great pick for the wrestlers of the week. And we also will give you, since it's not really Diva, it's not really Knockout, it's going to be the Woman of the Week.
Right.
And the Woman of the Week this week is Natalya, for the fact that she tapped out AJ Lee, the Divas champion.
Yes, which I believe that's leading to WrestleMania.
It might very well be.
To tap out the champion, you know. So
You definitely need a title shot.
So
if you tap the champion.
Usos
And Natalya.
and Natalya from Rock's part, Yokozuna, Rocks, Samoan family,
And the Hearts.
and the Hearts.
Look at that.
That is weird.
Hmm.
Not saying anything. I
No,
would have
no,
said
no.
Daniel Bryan. But
That's who he felt. Well, I got to be the wrestler of the week. That's who I got to pick. So.
well, I guess we need to finish up on our predictions for TNA Lockdown.
Yes,
We have
Lockdown.
the two big matches. If you're going to order Lockdown, order them for these,
For these two matches. If you're not going to order Lockdown, we don't blame you.
No.
But we'll give you
But
our predictions.
before we get the last two matches, don't you have some news about Kurt Angle?
Little news. Kurt Angle will not be at Lockdown. I don't know if this is a work. It might be a work. I don't know. He was attacked on the last episode by EC3.
Right, the
He
knee, took his
attacked
knee
the
out.
knee. They were saying ACL. Now they're saying MCL. And they're kind of confused on the whole thing. That's why I think it might be a work. But they're saying that the Angle EC3 match is canceled. Will not be happening at Lockdown this year. I don't know. I mean, it could be a work, might not be a work. We'll find out Sunday.
Could be Angle's out of the company.
Could be Angle's way of getting out of the company. His contract might be coming up. He might be leaving,
Yeah.
going to WWE. Hey, whatever works. But we'll see what happens at Lockdown. That's when we got the Manic and Tiger Uno match to replace that. Not much of a replacement, but we'll see what happens.
Okay, so you want to start with the team, the Lethal Lockdown match,
Yes,
or the
team.
world title?
Let's go with the team versus team.
Okay, we got Team Dixie, Bobby Roode, and Austin Aries, who pretty much going to try to split 5%.
Yeah, that's really going to help.
10%. Aries wants half of that, so he
Right.
wants 5% of it, along with the Bromans.
It's going to be interesting.
That's going to be something.
It's going to be interesting.
Yes. And they take on Team MVP, with MVP,
The American Wolves, and the returning Jeff Hardy. It's going to be interesting. Is Jeff Hardy going to win it for Team MVP since he's returning?
I think so.
I think he'll get the win, but I'm still very confused. If you check out the vignettes that have been airing recently, Willow is coming, which we all know is Jeff Hardy in an outfit with a mask. Vignette a little different, very interesting. Is he going to be like Curryman Christopher Daniels?
Probably so.
Is it going to be like Abyss Joseph Park, which is the same concept? What's going to happen?
That's
Is Willow, the way the daggum video was, Willow looked like a bad guy, while we have Jeff Hardy, which everybody loves Jeff Hardy. He's a face. Everybody loves him. So we're going to have split personality? Is that
Yes.
what we're going to have? It's going to be interesting. I think that's a Abyss Joseph Park storyline. Maybe that's why they don't have Joseph Park Abyss on the TV, because
They
they
got
don't
rid of
want people to
him.
be confused. Don't know what's going to happen. But I think
Jeff Hardy,
Hardy's
yes,
getting the win.
yes, for MVP, so he can become controlling the wrestling.
Yes, not control of TNA, but control of wrestling operations.
All right.
What's the difference? Don't get it. Don't understand.
All right. We're both agreeing on Team MVP.
Team MVP with Jeff Hardy getting
Yes.
the win.
Now for the TNA World Heavyweight Title match. Champion Magnus taking on Samoa Joe.
Now, to give you a little background on this, on the last episode, Dixie said it will be Magnus Joe alone. That's it. No interference.
No.
Magnus doesn't know what he's going to do. He can't win on his own, which we all know Magnus is a very good wrestler, and he could do it all on his own. I'm a big fan of Magnus. I don't like him being with Dixie, but, it's just to get some heat.
Right.
But with EC3 not having a
That's
match
what I
now,
was- yeah.
and it being in the cage,
where anything goes.
What's going to happen? Is he going to crawl over the top? We already might have Christy Hemme crawling over the top. Or maybe
I think Christy's going through the door.
just right through the door. Then EC3 might go over the top and do some stuff, or maybe we might get a special guest referee with EC3 being injected into the match so we can make sure Magnus wins. I don't know what's going to happen.
I believe Magnus is keeping the title because Joe choked him out to end this
made
past
him
week.
look bad on the actual episode to make Joe look good, so Magnus is going to win.
Yes.
Totally agree.
Yes. Joe choked him out, and now Magnus will hold the title.
Yes. Now that is it for the TNA Lockdown pay-per-view. Now if they add any more matches, so sorry we can't predict those because this will already be on the internet by that time that happens.
Yes.
This is what I'm excited about, our very next thing. I'm very excited about it.
Well, it's March.
It is March.
It is March, and with basketball, we have March Madness.
Yes, we do.
So why not? We have the first annual Top Rope Reality March Macho Madness. Now we sat back and we picked out 32 superstars.
32
Past-
of who we felt were the best of the best of
Yes.
all wrestling.
Pretty much the best of the best, yes. That we could agree on because there's some we had to throw out.
Some were a little
and we had to
questionable.
put them. So this is our 32. You may have your own 32.
Yes.
This is our 32. And we're going to go over
8.
next year. We're going to do 8 matches. We're going to
For
talk
this
about them and who we think should win. And then next week we're going to do the next set of 8. And then we're going to keep breaking them down
Until we get
until we
winner.
get a finals. And then we're going to let you decide.
That's right.
But this week we're going to do this week's 8. We're going to start off with Ric Flair taking on Rey Mysterio.
Now we're going to decide. He's going to say who he thinks should win. I'm going to say who I think should win. Hopefully we agree. If we don't, we're going to have to compromise.
We're
Because
gonna
we got to have a
compromise,
winner.
We got to have a winner.
winner.
Yes. Well, I believe Ric Flair. I'm sorry. The dirtiest player in the game?
Yes. This is a little Rey Mysterio.
Now, Ray has beat a lot of big people. He's
Yes.
big. He's beat The Big Show,
Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash. I mean,
Many more people.
many people
But-
he shouldn't beat.
Yeah.
Except Johnson.
Yes.
But I'm not
just-
getting into that.
But I do agree. Flair's the winner on that one. Mark it down. Dirtiest player in the game.
Yes.
Definitely better than Rey Mysterio, which I do like Rey Mysterio back in the day. Once again, you all know my stance on him needing to retire now, but Flair, winner on this.
If he was seated with somebody else, it may be a different story. But getting seated with Ric Flair,
Yep.
I'm sorry, Rey Mysterio will go down to the figure 4 link.
That's right. Especially with the bad knees.
Up next, Hulk Hogan taking on Bam Bam Bigelow.
A little torn.
I
A little torn.
You look at Hogan, look at Bam Bam. I'm sorry. Bam Bam has a little more weight on Hogan,
He does.
but Hogan has the Hulkamaniacs. Hogan can take a beating and come back and win. I see Hulk Hogan winning. I'm sorry. I just see
Now,
Hogan winning.
I want to make this comment before I say who wins, but I'll say this. Bam Bam Bigelow being so much bigger than Hulk Hogan, and Bam Bam Bigelow can get up there and do the best moonsault that a big man could do. Hugh Morris has nothing on Bam Bam Bigelow. I'm just saying. So I'm saying this. Bam Bam Bigelow, as a big man, one of the best big men in the business. But
What is-
overall, Hulk Hogan's the winner.
Okay, because I think say if you're so high and mighty on Bam Bam,
I do love Bam Bam Bigelow.
what is the signature win for Bam Bam?
A signature win.
Yes, that would make you think.
Well, the sad thing about it is the biggest thing of his whole career is losing to Lawrence Taylor. That's sad.
Okay, Hulk
Wrestling-
Hogan.
Hulk Hogan's winning.
Yeah,
But
you
Bam Bam
had me
Bigelow's a great-
swinging. I might have went for Bam Bam, but when you throw in he lost to Lawrence Taylor, that's true.
But I mean, that
On
was
the
great
biggest
for Bam Bam
stage.
Bigelow's career, being on the biggest stage of them all.
He did main event
events.
WrestleMania,
He
yes.
did main event. You can't take that away from him,
No.
and he is one of the best big men in the business. But Hogan, winner.
Match number 3, CM Punk, Bobby Roode.
I think we're going to agree on this one again, aren't we?
I believe we are too. Bobby Roode is the longest TNA champion.
Not including the NWA part of it, but.
The longest when they changed the belt. It became just.
So what you're saying is the longest reigning TNA champion
Yes, you see where I'm going though.
taking on the longest reigning
In the last
champion
25 years.
last 25 years,
Yes.
CM Punk. So who wins? CM Punk.
Punk, yes, most definitely.
CM Punk is the winner on that one.
I mean, it would be close. It
It
would be
would.
real close.
Bobby Roode is a good
I
wrestler.
think if you ask 10 people this match,
They would be split down the middle.
I think
You think so?
I think you get 6-4.
You think so? Right down the middle.
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
This one.
this one fell pretty good too. I'm very surprised by this one. The next match: Undertaker versus Kane.
I think we're gonna agree again. I want to
Yes,
disagree
I know.
so bad
But
on some of these.
Some of these just fall. There's
just
no
fall
way to
into
go. I
place.
mean, I'm sorry. I have to say,
The way we put the
Undertaker.
seeds in there, it just kind of worked. And so
Yes.
Undertaker is definitely the winner.
Undertaker is definitely the winner. Yes.
Kane is great. Undertaker's better.
Next up, Mr. Perfect taking on Chris Jericho.
Now, when I read this, I even looked at you and I said, why? Why put such a great match together? I'm so torn on this. I don't know what to do. Two of the greatest Intercontinental Champions of all time.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna count off at 3, and you announce who you think should win.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay.
Dadgummit. I love Y2J, I really do. But Mr. Perfect, just better.
No, he's perfect.
He's perfect. He
Yes.
is.
Come on.
Now, Y2J, he had a better career
Yes.
with the whole Undisputed Championship. That's right place at right time. Perfect should have been champion.
He should have been champion.
So, Punk.
But Hogan was champion.
I mean, Perfect.
Yes.
I said Punk.
Punk 1, 2.
P,
Yes.
P and P. I just, just go with it.
Up next, Booker T and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Boy, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to me?
Now,
Golly.
Booker T had the better career.
He did, and he's had a very long
But
career.
Steamboat lost to the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion.
He's had bigger moments than
Yes.
Booker T. Booker T has had a longer career.
Oh, Booker T is a...
5 times. 5 times. Okay, and I won't keep going on that one, okay?
We won't.
But he is a 5-time WCW champion, but he was also the world champion, which kind of the same belt, so it makes him a 6-time champion, but it messes up the whole spiel.
It does.
But, I don't know, Ricky Steamboat had bigger moments. Booker T had a longer career, but to me, he had better moments in WCW and had a goofier career in WWE.
Yes.
Because him and Goldust, it was just being goofy, and they didn't really see a lot in him.
But you
until
pretty much
whole
said the
King
same
Booker.
thing for Steamboat.
True, Steamboat did not have.
He
a very
had
good
the greatest.
career.
He had a great match at WrestleMania 3 against Randy Savage.
True, but he didn't have a great career.
But he
in
loses to
WWE.
Honky Tonk Man.
Right.
And then he goes away and comes back and he is addressed as a dragon and blow fire.
Right.
I'm sorry, but
Sad.
that is enough for me to pick Booker T for this one. What do you say?
Oh, we gotta come to a conclusion. I'm gonna say that my personal pick, I feel like should be Steamboat, but we gotta have a winner.
I think it's Booker.
We gotta have a winner.
All because of
Just the whole dragon thing, huh?
yeah.
Just the dragon thing. My gosh. Well, I'm okay with Booker winning. I'm not going to argue with that. I'm okay with Booker, so let's go with Booker too.
Go with Booker, okay. Next up, Triple H and Eddie Guerrero. Latino Heat.
Taking on the
Taking
Cerebral
on-
Assassin.
The Game.
So what are we to do on this one? Wow.
I would think...
On pure wrestling, I think Eddie wins.
yes.
On being at the top the longest, Triple H wins. So where do we go?
But Triple H married the boss's daughter.
This is true.
And who's to know that if Eddie wouldn't have died, that
He
wouldn't
wouldn't
have been
have.
champion
He wouldn't have
longer.
been exactly. He could have been higher up on the card for even longer.
Yes.
You know what? This might be controversial. I'm going with Eddie.
Well, since you went with me a while ago on Booker, I'm going to go with you
Thank you.
on Eddie. We're going to
Thank
take Eddie Guerrero. And I would say that's kind of an upset. I would say that's kind of an upset.
With the way they booked
Yes.
the two of those in WWE, yes, that is an upset.
And our last match,
It's kind of straight down the middle again.
it is AJ
The
Styles,
greatest TNA has ever had to offer,
yes, taking on Daniel Bryan. So
which is the best that WWE has to offer right now.
you're not going to ask me who I'm taking. You already know. So you just have to. If you're taking AJ, you got to sway me the other way.
I do like AJ. I'm a big fan of what he's done, but I'm going to go with Daniel Bryan.
Yes! Yes!
I mean, he has had a great career right now, and hopefully he wins at WrestleMania.
Now we will be posting these on the Facebook page.
Yes.
So you can look at them, and if you want to, you can go to our Twitter, Top Rope Reality,
Yes.
hashtag it, March Macho Madness,
That's right.
and tell us who you think should win. If
Do
we were right or
do
wrong.
do you agree or disagree? Tell us who you think should win. But in the end, the ultimate winner is the fans because they get to pick the winner
Yes.
of the entire tournament when it
Right.
comes down to one-on-one.
Because when we get down to one-on-one, we're not going to tell you who we're going to pick. We're going to let you decide.
That's right.
And then the next week we'll come back and we will tell everybody who was the ultimate winner of the first annual Top Rope Reality March Macho Madness Tournament.
Yes.
But before we go on this second show, which no one thought we'd make it to 2,
That's right. Here we go.
I have one little question I'd like to ask the fans out there. And ask you, Justin.
Okay.
I was thinking, with Punk being gone and anything and going away and everything, I don't watch TNA as much as I should. I'm mostly a WWE guy.
We couldn't tell.
But I was thinking, if CM Punk went to TNA, would I watch it more? And that's the question I ask you. Is there anybody or any team that went to TNA or came to WWE? If you don't watch either show or Ring of Honor, if you don't watch it as much as you should, is there anybody who would come that would make you watch more? And with CM Punk, it's hard for me to say. I don't know if I would watch TNA more if CM Punk was on there.
My personal opinion is they've already tried it. Been there, done that. It didn't work. Christian, Booker T, Kevin Nash, they even had Hall, had X-Pac in TNA, had the greatest. They had Hulk Hogan in TNA with Eric Bischoff. They even brought in Flair. They brought in the Nasty Boys. They brought in Val Venus. They brought in Orlando Jordan. They brought in all these people.
Yes, but is there anybody that you really like, that they would show on Ring of Honor or TNA, or if I say anybody from TNA or them coming to WWE?
Here's the thing: if we could have another moment like Lex Luger showing up out of nowhere and nobody knowing about it, or Rick Rude.
Well, them days are far.
Those are gone because of the the non-complete.
No, it's gone because of the internet,
and that hurts too. So I would have to say, for me personally, it wouldn't help any. I think honestly, the product has to speak for itself, regardless of who the wrestlers are. It's got to speak for itself. They've got to learn to push them the right way. They got to learn to write the right way. So, sorry, I don't think anything would change. I mean, Hogan didn't help me. So.
Well, if there's anybody out there that you can think of that, okay, so I don't watch Ring of Honor very much, and I would if he went, or they went, or TNA or WWE, put it in the comments below on YouTube or on our Facebook page and
our Twitter.
Or on Twitter, yes.
Just let us know.
And we'll look over and see it. We may talk about it next week. Well, I appreciate everybody watching who watched, and I'm glad we made it to show number 2. And next week, a big one, show number 3.
Show 3. We'll be back then. Thank you for watching.
Thank you again, and good night.